Home to the Cherry and Whites of Gloucester Rugby Football Club. Standing between them and 2 Premiership points, the exiles from the capital city, London Irish. And we're about to get underway, so let's join our commentary team of Stuart Barnes and Miles Harrison.
And Gloucester is a fine place to be today. The sun is out, the supporters' optimism is brimming over, but the Irish, after a commendable win in France, are also feeling good. We start by looking at the teams. Gloucester first, -1 Saint-Andre. They bring in Audley Lumsden. Neil McCarthy is preferred to Phil Greening at hooker. And with Mark Regan left out by Bath recently, worries there for England coach Clive Woodward, but no concerns for the home supporters here as Dave Sims makes his first league appearance after ankle surgery.
Well, get ready for more of the usual from Gloucester's rugged pack. Richard Hill has dropped Phil Greening for the consistency of Neil McCarthy throwing, and expect a big performance in the line-out from David Sims. Behind the scrum, Gloucester have an exotic look with Frenchmen, Samoans and Australians. But the key man is an Englishman. Their fly half, Mark Mapletoft, is the man with the vision and the precision to ignite all those talents. He's got great vision and he's got great execution skills. A superb long pass, cuts Bath to pieces, and London Irish will be fearing the vision and the skills of Mapletoft. And watch out as well for Chris Catlin, an exciting fullback.
London Irish picked 7 men who've worn a full international green jersey, but centre Mark McCall is recovering from a bang on the cheekbone, so Sean Burns fills in. And at hooker, Tony Redmond gets the call following a training injury on Thursday for Rob Kellam.
Well, London Irish will be stoked up by the fire and fury of Gary Halpin, but all eyes will be on the Lions hero, Jeremy Davidson. He's the man with the magic feet and the explosive leap, but he's taken on the very best. Here he is against Mark Andrews in the summer. Watch these feet dance forward. You'll see it in the insert box. He comes forward. Andrews in the main screen stands still. The dummy has been sold. Back he goes. Andrews still rooted to the floor, and then Davidson in that charismatic leap. Up he goes. Andrews lost in the ground, rooted to the floor, and more great ball. And the Irish will be hoping for Davidson to supply their backline with plenty of that this afternoon. And Brian Ashton, the Irish coach, he's here to watch their backline, see what they can do with the ball. A burden of expectation will rest on the talented shoulders of David Humphreys. And keep an eye out for Niall Woods, an exciting finisher on the left wing.
And Kingsholm really enjoying the weather, and the atmosphere has been building for some time. They take their places early at this ground, and Conor O'Shea, the Irish captain, prepares to bring his side out to try and win a game in the Premiership for the first time this season. Played 2, lost 2. Perhaps they should have beaten Sale, but the fact of the matter, no points on the board. They can't afford to let the defeats mount. They come here with quite a task in front of them. David Humphreys, a key man for them, the international fly half. And now the Gloucester supporters prepare to give vent to their feelings for the first time this afternoon. It seems a long time since the home league game against Bristol back in August. A winning start for the new look Gloucester. In the interim, Europe has brought its own success, and for the club which has expanded its horizons, there's a tremendous roar. This is new Gloucester, an Irish, everybody's tip for relegation, will want to prove that they can beat them. Intriguing game in store.
And a formidable one for London Irish, because I feel there's a new confidence here at Gloucester that I haven't known for 10 years or so, and much of it revolves around that man Mark Mapletoft. He really is firing the imagination here in the West Country.
Mapletoft, who gained England recognition on their tour of Argentina, won a cap. And Jeremy Davidson, while all that was happening, was involved with the Lions in South Africa, and what an impression he made.
Mark Andrews' very own personal nightmare. There's David Humphreys, fly half of the Irish, and a very talented player. I think he has lots of composure and class. I'm looking forward to seeing what Humphreys can do this afternoon, but they're up against it because Gloucester really are lifted and worth a few points with this King's Home crowd to cheer them on.
Referee Ed Morrison. Familiar face, the short journey from Bristol for him today. And it will be the Irish to get us underway. The conditions absolutely perfect. It's the winger Niall Woods who will take the kick-off. He's been kicking the goals as well for London Irish this season. So it's Woods. Everybody ready, and it should be a storming start. Taken well on the floor by Carter. Driven in by Glanville. A captain who sets the example. And he's got a penalty already. Scott Benton quickly in. But Mapletoft hands the ball onto the boot of Richard Toms.
And a good, safe clearance there from Toms. He's been an influential midfield newcomer this season to Gloucester. All that experience from Australia, working alongside Mapletoft. It really is adding a new dimension to Gloucester's midfield play.
Now this will be one of the battles of the day in the line-out. Sims and Fiddler, Davison and the ever-improving Malcolm O'Kelly for London Irish. That was Fiddler who took it. Son of John Fiddler, the former England player and now team manager here. Driven through by Benton. Well picked up by Ken O'Connell. Halpin. Hogan waits. Back to Humphreys. Oh, nice dummy from Humphreys. That was cool play from the fly half, but he hasn't found touch, and here's Audley Lumsden to find Catlin. The tackle comes in from Justin Bishop, the winger.
That was a green wave.
It has been the ferocious start that we anticipated. Benton, good service. Mapletoft, Toms, Fanaloa, the strong centre. Benton, penalty, offside. The advantage was being played.
Well, a promising start. Toms and Mapletoft trying to work some space, and Fanaloa so strong. And there's a first sign of Phil Vickery as well, number 3, just called up to the England squad.
Well, Toms hasn't found his touch, and that would have been a great position for Gloucester. They would have been thrown into that line-out. They will still throw into this one, but it's not so advanced, of course. There's Fanaloa, 7 caps for Western Samoa, also played with Auckland.
Keep the space.
And I know that Richard Hill has been working very hard this week to try and get more usable ball to the big Samoan. They don't feel they've got the best out of him yet. Expect to see attacks in that outside centre area.
Now it's gone to Fiddler again. Benton, Mapletoft. There's Fanaloa, did well to control it in the end. Catlin. Bishop had taken the gamble and coming off the wing to make the tackle, and now it's London Irish who get the penalty.
Some very fiery defence at the moment. Just wondering when a fly half or inside centre looks a little chip through just to stop them. There's the pass, trying to put Fanaloa into space, but Mapletoft's pass too far in front. And Catlin, he goes in well there, but it's good tackling from the Irish.
And then players failing to stay on their feet after the tackle. Conor O'Shea. The game just being held up with the boot having been lost.
I believe that's Phil Vickery, Miles.
It is, and he's in the England squad, and he'll be looking for a big game today to impress the watching Gloucester public, who have already seen what he can offer, and also the England management team, who are starting to get to know him, obviously.
Well, I know Richard Hill said to me he is a very tough young man, and when Richard Hill says someone is tough with that little smile in his eye, you know he's a hard customer.
He comes from a hard school as well. Played with Red Ruth.
Thanks, Connor. Thank you. Get out of the gap, big save.
Good space, Ed.
And now Gloucester delighted to have his services, so
Good space.
he's got his back on.
Wait. Carry on, boys, carry on.
Well, you can see there, Gloucester, the dominant team in league encounters. It's going to take a big performance from the Irish.
And that was a big jump as well from Malcolm O'Kelly. And then the maul was taken down. Penalty, London Irish.
Well, Richard Hill won't be pleased with his forwards here. They get a good drive on, and you can see Gloucester pulling it down. I think it's Dave Sims there, and Niall Woods will have a chance for the penalty. It's a good take there. You see Sims there, the big right hand going over the top and pulling down. That's what the penalty's for.
Dave Sims played one game in the conference last week.
Keep the mauls up, guys, please. Keep the mauls up.
Since his ankle injury, but this is his first appearance in the Premiership. And here's Niall Woods, who has been kicking for the Irish, taking over the duties from David Humphries.
If you're winning clean.
Woods then. Nice clean strike, but he hasn't got the direction right. And Gloucester thinking about the quick one. They go with it. Toms. Back goes Spice to the number 8. Oh, that's a fantastic kick from Toms.
Lovely vision from the Australian. The ball thrown by Benton to him very quickly. Just watch how quickly he spots the space now. Justin Bishop, too flat, the right wing, straight over the top and relieves the pressure. Good play.
And that was appreciated by the Shed.
Keep it.
Redmond. And they love that as well on the far side.
There it is, get away, Green.
Dave Sims, a popular man. Benton, Mapletoft, Toms, bringing Glanville. Benton again, Toms, Mapletoft, Fanaloa, good hands this from Gloucester, and Fanaloa starting to weave a bit of his magic.
I wonder whether he'd have moved it quickly though. There is space to the right.
Mapletoft, I'm just about to say how good a combination it was looking between Benton and Mapletoft, and then he came up with a knock-on, but that's a half-back duo who offers so much to this Gloucester side.
Well, there's Fanaloa cutting in. I do feel perhaps to keep the move alive, he should have just kept it moving down that narrow side. Big, strong man. His partnership with Toms, of course, adds a new dimension, doesn't it? South Sea Islander and Australian. Almost Super 12 here at Kingsholm.
Jeremy Davison has taken a knock, and the Irish won't want to see him go off. Down at training on Thursday, he was virtually taking the session himself with the forwards. They were aggressive in the extreme. But Davison is hobbling and in trouble, trying to walk it off.
Would be a big blow for them. Developed so much on that South African tour. I remember watching them play against Border and how disappointed we were with his performance. But from there on, well, he just exploded on the world rugby scene.
Stay up, stay up. Stay up.
There were many offers for Jeremy Davison in the summer.
He's going to stay on. Wait,
The London Irish got together a package to keep him.
Good body, please. All arms.
He's being given time to get across to this scrum.
Don't double back there, do it. I'll give you a mark. That's going to be it, okay, lads? Wait, don't edge.
And that is brave play. Taken away by Spicer. Very highly rated player.
I'll be out of your way.
And in typical Irish fashion, driving through the forwards. And it's set from Hogan to Humphries. Across goes Catlin. And he gets a good bounce, the fullback. And then the penalty for the late challenge has to be Justin Bishop.
Well, high-octane rugby here. Catlin tries the little chip. And Bishop, well, it's not much really, is it? It was a lovely kick from Humphries. Catlin tries the counter-attack. Looks a lot worse than it was, though, really. It's a penalty, no doubt about that, but nothing worse.
Richard.
No, there was nothing malicious about the challenge. It was just late, and the penalty was the correct award. Gabriel Fulcher is preparing to come on. That means Jeremy Davidson is being watched closely by the Irish bench. I'm not sure he's going to stay on. Fulcher himself an international, won 19 caps for Ireland, and only just back from a knee injury.
And he'll be a man with a lot to prove. He knows Brian Ashton's here, and he might not be in the London Irish first team, but he is a very talented forward. But that's a big blow.
Good space, Greens, keep the space.
Fulcher's on, and it's McCarthy to throw. To Sims, Benton to Mapletoft, Toms. Benton, in goes McCarthy. What competition there is for the position of hooker here with Phil Greening on the bench. Mapletoft comes short side. It's meant for Sant-André. He's certainly got the pace to get there. And Sant-André has not got the try. That is marvellous cover from Malcolm O'Kelly. Brilliant pace from the second row.
Can't believe Sant-André didn't snaffle that one. Lovely piece of skill and vision from Mapletoft. And here, well, it's odds on the French winger, but look at the pace and look at the stretch there from O'Kelly. That's tremendous play, you know, from Mapletoft. And even better from the big London Irish second row, and a good decision from Ed Morrison.
Well, the coverage of ground is meant to be one of O'Kelly's main assets, and there we saw what a talent he is. But Gloucester keep coming. Benton, forward pass, marginal, but Ed Morrison was right there. He's made a couple of critical decisions in this last minute, Ed Morrison.
I tell you, Richard Toms has had a very good start. Morrison, he's in great position, isn't he? You can't argue with that.
He's made critical decisions, he's made correct decisions.
Well, he's one of the best referees in the world. But there's a man who I've been very impressed with, Richard Toms. An excellent start for Gloucester with boot and hand. He really is making things tick. Good looking balance to their midfield, Mapletoft and Toms.
Toms adding the international experience to the back line. Hogan missed by Woods, who got across. Little chip from Mapletoft on the floor. He made the best of that. Awkward for Bishop. On in was Lumsden, also Glanville. Bishop did well. But Mark Mapletoft fashioned that with a little chip ahead. The referee's going back, in fact, for the knock forward.
Justin Bishop does well. Just watch how quickly he gets back on his feet. Bounces up. And good coverage there from Pete Glanville, the Gloucester captain. But I'm not certain London Irish made the right decision initially running that ball in this situation.
Controlled by Pearce. Now it's Mapletoft, Fanaloa, Lumsden coming through the middle. That was a lovely move. Can they finish it now? Benton looks for support, gets it from Fiddler. Benton in there again. Mapletoft, Fanaloa. They've got men out wide here. Pearce goes. Glanville the skipper. Great strength from Glanville. He had to fight off three men there, and they're going to score, are they, with Mapletoft? Almost up and over, but just short, and the ball held in the air as well, so Irish will get the foot in.
It's a cherry and white attack, and look at the way it started. Beautiful play from the midfield. There you could see Toms drifted wide. That created a gap for Lumsden. He went through, and very quick ball again. Excellent play from Gloucester.
They've done everything but score a try. Conor O'Shea. This will be live. Catlin getting away from O'Shea, was chasing his own kick, but didn't make the tackle. And Gloucester rampant early on. Benton and Vickery.
The dump truck dumped.
Sims, Benton, still Benton, attacking round the fringe. Irish aware of the threat. McCarthy off the floor, Mapletoft, in comes Catlin. Catlin getting away from one, but not Humphries. There's some desperate tackling here from London Irish. They're hanging on. Benton out to Toms. He's got Sant-Andre with him. Doesn't use him. Looks at Fanaloa. Fanaloa is going to get the try at last. If ever a try had been building, it was that one. The pressure had to tell. And Gloucester at last can celebrate. It's Terry Fanaloa.
Well, this isn't traditional Gloucester rugby, is it? This is the place where they like their rugby like their beer rough, but now there's an element of champagne creeping in, and Toms once again was the instigator. The Australian is on fire at the moment. Gloucester forwards rampaging. Watch Toms now. Beats the first tackle. He doesn't take the pass. Overhand, and Fanaloa gets in easily, but that one's one for Toms. Really manufactures the pass one, uses strength to get through one, doesn't take the soft pass, takes the difficult one, and because of that, Fanaloa has a simple run in.
And it's Mark Mapletoft with the conversion. And a good season with the boot, but that's a disappointing start. So, like Niall Woods failing with the kick at goal.
But this is a tremendous score. Just watch Toms. The pass isn't good. He stops, and now he drives through the first tackle. Now there's a pass here, but there's cover. So instead, he goes for the long pass into space, into the arms of Fanaloa.
So a thrilling score, and fully deserved. O'Connell. Hogan. Humphries. It hit Fanaloa. Came back to Humphries. Hogan. Tigerishly, Gloucester were through, looking to make those tackles. Their reward is the ball, and Catlin. And Humphries touches it. Went out of play. Inspired stuff, this, from the home team.
I tell you what, he's another Englishman who's got a lot to play for. Very talented fullback. I think it's a weakness in the English team at the moment, and Catlin has a lot to offer. He's got vision, his running lines are good. Very, very promising player.
Only 3 years ago that he was winning the Grand Slam with the England school side.
Things aren't like they used to be. Youngsters in the England setup, hard to believe.
McCarthy beat to it this time with Sims, with Fulcher getting in there, and that was a good take, and it was just what London Irish needed. Ramble through, offside, penalty, Hogan goes, Niall Hogan, and Dave Sims. Bit of a mismatch, lost by Halpin. Another penalty anyway. And on the ground interfering, Bishop. Well, they certainly want to play the game at pace, London Irish, but so far they haven't shown the same kind of control as Gloucester.
Well, you can see what Willie Anderson wants there. He wants the pace stepped up. Good ambition there, but the execution not quite right. But he'll have been pleased with some of those forward surges from his men. He's moulded a very competitive unit. Don't expect London Irish to roll over here at Kingsholm.
Niall, stay behind the ball.
Benton, long pass to Fanaloa, in comes Catlin, little shove to Sant-Andre, back inside to Fanaloa.
He's on his feet, that is not forward.
And a knock on.
Red ball.
Great play from Scott Benton, little dummy scissors to hold the man, big pass into space. Catlin dangerous again, and good support from Fanaloa. The ball knocked on by Ken O'Connell as he came in.
Well, down on the touchline is Mark Robson.
Yeah, it's looking pretty bleak now for London Irish. Jeremy Davidson has knee ligament damage. He will not be back on the pitch. They're not winning too much ball. No Davidson. And if the Irish do win this from here, it'll be quite a performance. They need a lot of character now. Need to give a bit of body and soul for the Shamrock.
Thanks, Mark.
That's your mark.
Almost said that with feeling.
Wait, crouch, and here we come.
I agree with him, though. But I do think they have that commitment now. They're a very happy unit. That counts for a lot when your back is to the wall.
Better, boys, as I'm going to penalise you next time. I want the all-arm. Okay, and then everybody.
Both sides showing plenty of spirit and getting involved, as you can see. Banaloa, try scorer, and cuts to show for it.
That's just a fashion accessory here in Gloucester.
Glanville. This will be Benton's again. In fact, the forwards take over. Now it's with Benton. Mapletoft. Woods forced back. It's an awkward bounce. What a kick from Mark Mapletoft.
And as so often the way, when your team are playing well, the luck goes with you as well. Mapletoft had slow ball, pushed it into the corner, and then there goes that right angle bounce right into the corner. Great decision by Mapletoft, and a little bit of help, but pressure now on Tony Redmond. They must win this one.
Redmond, who didn't think he was playing on Thursday until Rob Kellam was carried off, picking up a training injury, but now the former Oral hooker has to pick out his man here. They look for Fulcher. Wasn't a clean take, and it was Ken O'Connell who cleaned it up on the floor. Humphreys. Well, it was bold, but the end result is not a particularly good one for London Irish, because now Gloucester will throw in and they will call the shots.
Yeah, but he was under pressure, wasn't he? It was not good ball. The problem stemmed from the fact the foundation work from the forwards wasn't good enough. And in the end, Humphreys had to scurry to safety and touchline.
Keep the space. Keep the space.
McCarthy to Sims and Fiddler, the other second row there. It's true to say that the bounce of the ball is going for Gloucester, but if there is such a thing as luck, then Gloucester are making their own luck. It's been a bold start from them, and they've got the scrum. And looking threatening here.
They're also looking very sharp, aren't they? When the ball goes loose in the line out, you can see Rob Fiddler there snaffling it up very quickly. They're a hungry team. They've had some hard times here at Gloucester in the last 5 or 6 years. They have not enjoyed Bath supremacy, and they're now looking to build a formidable team. It's taking shape.
Benton, Mapletoft, Toms, Mapletoft round on the loop. And getting the ball on the floor.
Really enjoying the mix and match of the Gloucester midfield, though. And it took some good defence there. Nick Burrows in very hard on Mapletoft, but he's going to ask questions all afternoon. Little loop, there's Toms. He's at the centre of everything, and Burrows, good tackle.
Benton, Mapletoft, Catlin. Conor O'Shea in with the tackle this time. Benton, Mapletoft, but the referee is blown for a penalty. Ball on the floor. Played illegally, and Irish will have a chance to clear and a chance to breathe.
Well, they've done quite well, haven't they, to just survive that pressure. Now, it's very important that David Humphreys takes his time and doesn't find the hands of that man, Chris Catlin. He must find touch, they must win the line out, and just settle their game. This move wasn't one of the best, a little bit predictable. Catlin takes the short line, 4 men in defence, and there you can see Catlin holding on to the ball, hands on the floor, and Pete Glanville, the captain, just slips it back.
Well, the men in charge of these two teams, Richard Hill and Willie Anderson, full of passion in their approach to the game. It was never going to be lacking for effort this game. Here's Fulcher on the charge. Kieran Dawson knocks off Mapletoft, but is unable to hold on to the ball. And the penalty follows as Irish lose their cohesion in midfield.
And I think you'll see Richard Toms using that big right boot to drive it very deep. Plenty to think about for David Humphreys. Not a bad strike. What an impressive start he's made this afternoon.
Has played for Australia in the Tri-Nations of '96. 5 caps in all, and experience serving his new club well.
It's very useful when you've got two men, someone like Mapletoft at fly half and then Tom's in the centre who can kick well. It gives you the chance to just change the point of attack and vary your kicking game. Keep your options open. And that's what Gloucester have done well throughout the field.
Yeah, would that be better for you?
It's Ed Pearce taking that from Neil McCarthy, two former men of Bath. Glanville acts as scrum half. He's going to get a penalty. Mapletoft with the drop goal, poor one. With the penalty given as London Irish went over the top.
Yes, he had the freedom to just go for the drop goal. No doubt Mark Mapletoft had heard Ed Morrison say penalty, seen him play the advantage, so it was a kick for nothing. Mark Mapletoft will certainly be telling his teammates that. Good driving play from the forwards again. It's slow ball, so they're just trying to get a bit of control. And in the end, it's Pete Glanville, the captain, fires the ball back, and there is a shocker. Expect him to do rather better from the more orthodox penalty attempt.
Kingsholm has always been a difficult place to win, and Gloucester have won 4 here this year. And London Irish only won once against Gloucester. That was on this ground, actually, in the season of 93-94. Mapletoft. He's making Gloucester look like winners today, though. That adds to the try from Fadaloa.
Yes, making their superiority territorially tell there. A good strike from Mapletoft. They needed it, though, because they've had an awful lot of the play, most of the territory, but they're not a long way up.
That's good.
Absolutely right. Want to get some points to show for all the efforts. And London Irish, a rare entry inside the Gloucester half.
And that's a tremendous effort. Malcolm O'Kelly, he's impressed, hasn't he? Very good stuff. And for once, London Irish have some ball in Gloucester territory.
Spicer Hogan, and in comes Burns. Also plays at fly half, but filling in the centre today in the absence of Mark McCall. See how strong he is as well. That was a barnstorming run. This is O'Connell.
Good tackle from Ed Pearce.
Back to Humphreys. Now here's another drop goal and another miss.
Well, plenty of good skill with the ball in hand, but not much in the way of drop kicking so far. At least the Irish have themselves a little territory. And what they did, they used Sean Burns on the short to set up this wayward attempt from David Humphreys. And you can see he hasn't had that many options so far.
And the dropout has gone straight out. And that's put Gloucester right on the back foot.
Well, they'll be annoyed with themselves there. That's a basic error. They've had total control, and now they're just giving Irish a chance, really, to do something. A restart on the full. And now, if you look at this scrummage situation, it's a peach.
They go with number 8, Spicer. And the rest of the forwards now look to take it on. Irish looking dangerous for the first time in the match. Dawson's there. And Spicer seemed to knock that forward. He did. Shake of the head from Anderson. And the director of rugby at London Irish can't quite believe that his team has thrown that chance away.
No, he'd have been very pleased with the charge of Kevin Spicer, but not so happy with Kieran Dawson's nervous hands there. Good stuff from the base of the scrum. They really tore into the heart of Gloucester. Back row have got to stay down. Just watch how quickly he goes. Straight past Nathan Carter, who pulls him down, but he's across the gain line. And now they're in business. But Niall Hogan's pass, it's not the best, is it? It stops Humphreys, the inside ball. There goes Kieran Dawson, and there's the knock-on.
Yes, it was Spicer with the charge and the knock-on.
Wait for the units. Wait, Gary.
And now it's Benton with the ball. And the Gloucester scrum half. Takes on the kick himself. intention to find touch there. That was meant for Rafael Sant-André. But it's O'Connell. This is the best period in the match so far for the Irish. Dawson. Tackling gets better and better, doesn't it? Redmond.
Yeah, Pete Glanville, Gloucester captain, really wrapped up his man there. But Irish will just start to settle a little bit. They'll feel they're in this game at last. Good play here. Kieran Dawson versus Pete Glanville. Glanville comes out on top, but Dawson does well because he keeps the ball available. Good blindside here.
And Spicer knocks on again.
And you can see what London Irish were trying to do. Conor O'Shea came from midfield very late. He created an extra man, and there you go. Fumble hands. Kevin Spicer.
Stay bound, number 8, green line.
Benton tries again, but that's not one that he will want to remember. Niall Hogan, Humphreys, O'Connell, Hogan again. And they're prepared to run at them from deep. Justin Fitzpatrick, the big tall prop. Benton, advantage being played for the knock forward. Mapletoft, and Lumsden is chasing. Back goes Bishop. The crowd are roaring as Lumsden is bearing down on Bishop now. But that's good work from the winger. He looks to counter, finds Conor O'Shea, and O'Shea is ripping through the middle. That is an amazing run from O'Shea. He's got support from Woods, also from Dawson. This is brilliant. Woods again. Can he make it? Oh, he can. That is incredible.
Where did that try come from? What a score for London Irish. What a counter-attack. Niall Woods. Well, well, well. That try had everything in it, and what play. Justin Bishop, he made it. He had the courage to outrun 2 men. And now Conor O'Shea, what a break. Runs straight at the heart of the Gloucester forwards. You thought he should have given that ball, but support at hand. Kieran Dawson does so well. And then Niall Woods. Now, is that a block by Niall Hogan? Great play from O'Shea. Support from Dawson. But I just wonder about what we're going to see in a second. It's good support. The pass doesn't go to hand. Woods picks it now. Watch Niall Hogan, number 9. Bang! Chris Catlin taken out. It's close call.
Well, I think Gloucester have got a case there, should they wish to argue it. As they say, the score's in the book now. And here's Woods. And Woods has got the conversion to add to the try. And the Irish have come alive. But there has to be a question mark over whether the try should have been allowed. It seems churlish to say it. It was an amazing try. But there does seem to be some foul play at the end of all of this.
But what a run from Conor O'Shea, and great support. Players left and right. The ball goes to Woods now. Now you can see coming across. There's Niall Hogan. I think he takes him out. I don't think that's a try.
I agree. Anyway, 8-7.
Pretty good apart from that one block though, wasn't it?
They'll call us party poopers, you know, but
They called me a lot worse in Gloucester than a party pooper. They used to call him look worse than a party pooper as well, but he's a hero now. And I tell you, Richard Hill, well, he'd have appreciated Niall Hogan's block, but not Ed Morrison's decision.
Scrum wheels round and will be reset. Here's the block again.
Well, here you can see the cover from Catling. He's got his man lined up and Hogan takes him out. I don't think there's any doubt at all about that.
Keep bounding.
Mapletoft to Fanalua. Toms. Catlin. He's doing a Conor O'Shea, beating 3 and 4. Marvellous run. Sims was never going to have the pace, but he had the presence of mind to find Mapletoft, and then across comes O'Kelly again. That's That's the second piece of try-saving work from Malcolm O'Kelly.
Well, they might think twice about taking Chris Catlin out again. Look at this sidestepping off the right foot. It's John Bentley plus some in South Africa. And good play from Sims. He finds Mapletoft, superb cover, and Malcolm O'Kelly, who's had a big game in defence, on hand. Mapletoft stretches the defence, inside ball, and O'Kelly, superb work. Thrilling stuff, though.
And the contest is very much on now, with London Irish having got that try. Phil Vickery involved with Niall Hogan.
We'll take the penalty, boys. Obstruction.
Well, I think Niall Hogan was saying, I don't think it's the most attractive cathedral in England, and Phil Vickery took umbrage. Very proud of their city here in Gloucester. Some thrilling rugby, though. Chris Catlin, very exciting talent, great balance off that right foot. Beautiful 4-5 players, good support from Sims. He's had a good first half, hasn't he?
You can always tell a good game when both fullbacks have been fully involved in attack. That has been the case here. Both sides willing to show all the necessary aggression up front, but also take it through the backs and give some thrilling entertainment. London Irish get the footing to the disgust of the Shed.
Well, you can tell when a game is swinging as well, because the Shed, so cheerful and pleasant early on, are now getting rather animated with Ed Morrison and some of the decisions.
An intimate gathering, the Shed.
And a scrum.
Humphreys, then it's along from Burns, picked up well by Bishop. Certainly gets involved as Justin Bishop, the winger.
And Kieran Dawson, he's had a very good last 15 minutes.
He's had a really good season by all accounts. Stolen by Fiddler. And congratulated by the Gloucester crowd because he stayed on his feet. That was good work from Fiddler. Now it's Woods who goes back. He wanted it to go over the line, it refused to.
Good play again from Mapletoft. Gloucester were expecting the ball to be won by London Irish, so they were flat in defence. They had no option, so Mapletoft just drove it deep and forced Niall Woods to kick out. And now Gloucester have another attacking situation.
Good space, Toe. Your job, mate. You're doing well. Keep the space.
Clever player, and a very confident one as well. So important for a fly half.
McCarthy. Good challenge at the back from Sims. But he was knocked forward by an Irish hand at that line out. Knock on. Scrum down Gloucester.
Well, you can see the influence of Willie Anderson in the line-out. They are really rugged, and they're making life difficult for the Gloucester line-out that is normally emphatic here at Kingsholm.
Benton had to do it all by himself until Glanville gets across. Sant-Andre had drifted across to join the rest of the backs. Benton, Mapletoft, Toms, pirouetting and staying on his feet. Pearce supported him, as did Window. Now it's Benton, well picked up Mapletoft. Catlin, little step. The defences have to be so aware today. Questions being asked all the time.
And London Irish defence fanned out very quickly there.
Benton, Mapletoft, little chip now as he held back. What's the referee given here?
Officials in the eye again. This is clever play by Mapletoft, isn't it? Little chip and he's tripped. I don't think you can give a penalty try because Niall Hogan's covering, so a penalty is exactly the right decision from Ed Morrison there.
Just the penalty. The try definitely, well, wouldn't have been scored, would it? So no problem there for the referee to make that decision.
Yeah, it was definitely not definite, Miles.
Yes. had everything this half.
There was the thumbs up from Ed Morrison. It's become quite a fashion accessory in rugby since Dale McIntosh started the craze.
Mapletoft hits Wood, and Hogan has time. Referee blows his whistle for the end of a compelling first half of Premiership rugby. Gloucester with fly half Mapletoft and also Fanalua instrumental in their excellent performance. It was Fanalua who got the first try of this exciting half, and this the Storm. Time score, Gloucester in front. Not many points then, but lots of excitement. The needle was at full on the excitement level, and the points are still very much up for grabs despite Gloucester's storming start. They failed to rattle up the points on the board in this match and could pay the price.
Nice to see a traditional welcome for Ed Morrison, the referee, sauntering out to restart the half. I think it's going to get hotter from now.
Mark Mapletoft with the second half kick-off for Gloucester.
Carry on! Get away, Green, get away!
And there's Pearce. Mapletoft. Sims.
Get away, Green!
Benton. Mapletoft. Toms. Benton again. Half held by Dawson, but got away.
It's a strong runner, Scott Benton, very dangerous.
Mapletoft, Toms. But the Irish midfield has stood firm today. Glanville. Goes Fulcher. Benton. Mapletoft. Good retention of the ball. Carter was in there. Benton. Still Gloucester have it. Mapletoft tries the short side. Tess Woods here. He doesn't have to play it in the end.
Loves that little chip, Mark Mapletoft. Comes very late on the blind side. He knows he's got the pace on Gary Halpin, and he just pushes them back. The try not on, but it keeps the pressure up. And it lifts the shed. Can Dave Sims produce something on the Irish throw?
Tony, get him straight on you, please.
Mark Robson has some more news.
Yes, Richard Hill saying to his players at half-time he wants them to clear the rucks quicker. He wants them to suck the Irish in more before they move it. And just reminding them to chase box kicks, but generally more of the same.
Go on, go on!
Hogan under pressure here. Woods. And they're forced to put down. This is just the start that Gloucester would have wanted to the second half.
And it's not what Irish would have wanted. That's bad ball. Hogan under pressure, and Niall Woods had no chance there.
Oh, sorry, Scott. Sorry, Scott.
Benton. And they look for the second drive. Effective play this from the Gloucester pack, and Irish crumple under that forward pressure. Now they'll have a chance to kick a goal, but I fancy they'll ask for another scrum.
Well, you would if you'd seen the pace that was just exerted on that scrum. Very powerful. Ed Pearce was controlling it well at the back. There was a big warning for the Irish there. Good scrummaging from the Gloucester front row. Of course, Andy Deacon, a high-quality prop, has been left out for Phil Vickery, who's in the England squad because of his bulk and power in the scrum. They're a formidable scrummaging weapon, aren't they? They've got Ireland going backwards, and the Irish just forced to collapse it. And Ed Morrison there, you can see that left arm. Down they go. And you can't do that too many times, or Morrison will be under the post.
Listen, boys, we all know how it's a scrummage, okay? I don't see any stupid stuff. And he wasn't.
Referee laying the law down.
On his knees. You make sure, Tony. It's the only one you've got.
He wants to see a legal scrummage. Nathan Carter
You get it right, Tony.
is struggling.
Well, you can see there, Gloucester 2 scrums to Irish 1 in ratio terms. That shows how much control they've had in the game, but they haven't yet got the points advantage they'd need. But this is a very good situation. They could actually pull a double one here and attack the blind side, because London Irish are expecting the drive.
Here comes that second drive. It's gone again. It's another penalty. Let's have another, I think, will be the request. And the referee wants a word here, I think, with Gary Halpin, the prop. Reaching for a card.
Dangerous, Gareth. I don't want you going in that angle again. If I see you going in that angle again, you go, okay? I don't want to see it.
That's good refereeing from Ed Morrison. He's told Gary Halpin to come in at a straight angle. You come in at a difficult tight one, the scrum collapses.
So they've done it twice. Can they do it again? The Shed baying for a positive result here. Irish have gone. Penalty try.
It was inevitable. No double bluff there. It was just a straightforward matter of power. Gloucester had plenty of it, and Gary Halpin, he didn't have any answers, did he? I think that's what Gloucester needed to settle them down after that stunning counter-attacking score near half-time.
Mapletop with the conversion from underneath the post, of course, after the penalty try. And Gloucester lead by 15 points to 7.
Oh, you can see Halpin's been under pressure before. Weight comes on in the scrum. There's the surge, bent knees and drive. They're going only one direction, and only thing that can stop them is the collapse. And so the restart.
And again, it's Gloucester who get the first try of the half. And London Irish hit back again. Benton. Went for Saint-Andre. Window went up as well. It fell to Hogan. And just came to O'Shea. Now O'Shea is doing it again. Wants to straighten that line. And Halpin goes forward. Hogan. Humphreys. Now it's Burrows. Haven't seen too much of Nick Burrows, formerly of Eastern Province and Gauteng. He's an attacking player. Certainly seen a lot of him in defence. Fitzpatrick.
It's a little slow at the moment.
And the Irish will get the foot in.
Yes, it's good. No problem at all. No problem.
Well, they'll probably be quite pleased with that decision, because you can see now the ball not coming quickly enough. There's the attack, drive in, but the problem is Justin Fitzpatrick, he takes the tackle, and that means Gloucester can just slow it down, and in the end it's not coming. But the scrum means people like Sims are going to be sucked in to the scrum situation, and they've got some space to work in here.
He's taken a few knocks, Terry Fanaloa today. Bit of blood on the shirt from that cut in the first half, and now a massage.
On common sense, guys, okay? Common sense. Everybody, everybody.
But those legs have served his side well.
Wait, guys, let them out of the way, please.
It's a big tackle as well.
Well, he's a powerful man, isn't he? Just went awkwardly there after his tackle on Nick Burrows. And there's that fashion accessory, the cotton wool.
Right, boys, come away. I just want it up sensibly, okay?
It's a better scrum from London Irish. Picked up by Spicer. Here comes Fulcher. Good driving play, Hogan. Humphreys. O'Shea. From Toms. Man and ball. Humphreys. And in goes Vickery. Hogan. Throws it once, now he gives it to Bishop. 3 or 4 Gloucester men across. And the penalty. Excellent cover, and now Niall Hogan is being pulled over by the referee.
Go away, Peter. Go away, please. Take him away. Go away. All right, stay there. No, stay there. Take him away. Don't expect you to see not a man of your ability, Niall, okay? You got brains, okay? Use them or disappear. Up to you. Use of the feet. Leave it to me, David, please.
So Hogan uses the boot where he shouldn't.
That's why you got the kick. They don't move or penalise the lads, but leave it to me.
And he's frustrated. You could see Gloucester man already lunged on the wrong side. And it's there, the man with the ball in his hands. Niall Hogan, up and down motion. It probably would have been a penalty for London Irish. Ill discipline there from the international scrum half.
Head.
Dave Sims, great take, supported by Window, and the maul taken down.
Good line-out work here. Sims up, Gloucester ready for the drive, and Halpin it is. Just pulls him down quite illegally. So, one infringement by Hogan, one by Halpin, and 80 metres later, that's where the line-out is.
Sims showing no signs of his recent injury problems. And Richard Toms, his touch find today, he's scored 10 out of 10, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's kicked very well. Quite surprising statistics. Sims just 2, make it 3.
Mapletop, Toms, Dawson with the tackle, Ed Pearce, Scott Benton. Mapletop was never going to get that. Now can London Irish disrupt here? The hack was from Redmond. Dawson is chasing the flanker. Sant-Andre is there. Panalua. A whole host of players in an offside position have to avoid the ball. Here comes Humphreys. Hogan has got Bishop outside him. This is Justin Bishop. He will chase, as will Benton. Who's first to arrive? Scott Benton was there. Good cover from the scrum half.
That's superb scrum half defensive play. Richard Hill will be very impressed with his Yorkshire number 9 there, because Bishop's got pace, and this is a well-controlled kick. He knows what he's doing, and the bounce goes right for him. But Benton, plenty of pace, and it's just as well because it's spun backwards, didn't it, for the right wing? Would have been a try.
Came to Gloucester from Morley.
Come on, boys, come on.
Justin Bishop doesn't lack the pace himself, but he was matched there by Benton. O'Kelly.
What a game he's had. Superb. He towers, doesn't he?
And we saw in the first half, he covers the ground as well. He's got a lot going for him, Malcolm O'Kelly, and with Brian Ashton watching here today, he's performing at just the right moment. Penalty Gloucester. Irish going to ground.
Well, you talk about Malcolm Kelly. Just watch this. Beautiful jump. I mean, that's like a basketball hang time. Beautiful play. But not so pretty is the propensity to give away penalties. And it's allowing Richard Toms to just drive London Irish backwards.
After the tackle up, please.
There you can see that's a significant statistic, isn't it? 9 penalties conceded by the Irish. Easy territory.
Richard Hill off the bench, as ever, fully involved.
I think Richard Hill's saying, don't relax too much, lads.
Good space.
He is a hard taskmaster.
In the middle, give me the space.
Neil McCarthy. Sims. Getting stronger and stronger, Sims at the line out. Glanville.
Good ball in midfield now, options either way.
Benton almost getting away, but it was that man, Malcolm O'Kelly, who went in with a tackle. Wants to get a put in. They could have had more.
No problem.
The Irish not being so aware.
Red ball.
Yeah, but Dave Sims has started to provide some very good ball. That's sweet. That's why Neil McCarthy was picked as well, to pick out his man. We see some bad throwing this season, not this afternoon from McCarthy. That's why Greening is on the bench.
That was behind Mapletoft. Asking too much of the fly half to take that. But Gloucester got across quickly.
Red ball, too many bodies.
And because of that, they retain the ball.
But the umbilical link between Mapletoft and Benton, not quite right at the moment, is it? It's just been severed. A couple of times now, quick second phase, and Mapletoft has not been found by his man. He's playing much flatter this afternoon.
Fine.
There he is again. Toms, Mapletoft, Fanalua. Breaking one, not the second tackle, but Nathan Carter had gone there.
Get away!
Mapletoft. Crowd can sense something here as Toms is chasing. Woods couldn't take it. Toms scored! Richard Toms has had a superb all-round game. His tackling, his kicking, and now his finishing.
And how many times do we see the varied chips from Mark Mapletoft? Spotted space behind and exploits it so well. There's the chip. He brings the man up. Woods, well, he should have taken that, but Toms is on hand. Any mistake, and he's going to finish it. And that's a mistake, I'm afraid, by Niall Woods. Richard Toms, no problem. Just a little stretch outside his man and under the posts.
Mapletoft, another roar for 2 more points. And Gloucester have added 2 second-half tries. The penalty try, and now the score from Richard Toms.
This is tremendous vision from Mapletoft. You can see he draws the Irish up, so there's only one coverer in Woods. One mistake and it's a try. And Toms, he just loves that, doesn't he? Good basic play from Gloucester.
22-7. The crowd consent victory.
Still playing advantage. Keep playing.
Hogan. Humphries. Goes around Burns. Lumsden. With Bishop all over his back, but he got it away to Fanalua, and then stamping in his Ed Pearce in the best possible way, the number 8 on the charge. London Irish have got the put in, but they're getting very little else.
Your Ed Pearce here. Great body angle, drive in position. That's textbook stuff. Drives to his man, and Aldy Lumsden comes in to keep it in field. Good effort, but Lumsden just loses the ball. There it goes.
Boys, we're carrying on. Okay,
But Ed Pearce, I know I was talking to Richard Hill, and he said he is in to give them a football imbalance in the back row, alongside those 2 tough characters, Nathan Carter and Pete Glanville.
Hogan, Humphries, beaten his man, got away. And Nathan Carter in with the tackle, but not before Humphries could keep it moving. Now he's involved again, the fly half. Burns out to Burrows. Fanalua. They lap it up, the big tackle on this ground.
The Shed do like a Samoan tackler, don't they?
Penalty. Time as Gloucester failed to stay on their feet. O'Kelly, Woods. London Irish looking to hit back again. Dawson, tremendous belief because they've been defending for such a large portion of this match. Humphries, O'Connell. Halpin's there, driven back by Sims. But that'll be a scrum to Gloucester. And the accidental offside, and Willie Anderson's face and reaction says it all.
It's a hard old life, Willie, my friend. But the London Irish, they're not capitulating, are they? But Gloucester's tackling first up is very good. They're driving them back, and that's important. It means they're not getting good platform for second, third, fourth phases. And on the subject of platforms, not much wrong with that scrummage, is there?
Benton, Toms, bit of space here for Fanalua. Bishop is struggling here, had to cover two men, and Lumsden cut back inside. Mapletoft, oh, almost worked. Catlin couldn't take, and he's gone forward. Crowd don't like the continuation in play.
Well, that's wonderful play from the scrum. They just changed the point of attack so quickly. Tom's with the pass, and Lumsden runs. Lovely angle off him. Mapletoft in support. His idea's good, but Catlin just can't take it. Good play from the Gloucester backs again.
I was in fault. I thought he had the ball. I called that. Apologies. Hold the game, lads. Hold the game. Let's find out which player.
Change about to be made.
No. Wait, let's get two
Well,
here.
the referee thought there was.
And
Morrison got the signal then from the touch judge that the substitute was just warming up and not waiting to come on. Hogan, Redmond, Hogan, Fitzpatrick, Humphries, Smith-Burrows. Once more, it's accidental offside if you run into your own man, and it leads to a scrum.
But you know, the Gloucester forwards again really are working so hard. They're just not allowing London Irish to cross that gain line, and they're forcing them infield all the time. It's been a tough whole battle for Gary Halpin. Pete Glanville saying more of the same.
Kieran Bird's come on for Kevin Spicer.
And here's Woods attacking, and very good defence there. Nathan Carton in with a big hit.
Replaces number 8, Kevin Spicer.
Oh, Gary.
But Halpin is going to stay on.
Look at the next one.
A few communication problems between Ed Morrison and the touchline, aren't there?
There is Kieran Bird, number 20, at the base of that scrum for London Irish. Toms.
There it is, there it is!
Glanville.
Good surge.
Fiddler. It's been a great all-round performance from Gloucester. Everybody's played their part. In a genuine 15-man game. They've got a penalty. London Irish have gone round on the wrong side.
Ironic jeers from the shed. They feel Ed Morrison has been against them this afternoon. I often feel like that about referees here. But it was good play from the Gloucester forwards, as you say. Driving very hard and fast and following the maxims of Richard Hill. Just wiping defenders off the ball. Good retention, and then a hand came over the top.
Kieran Bird, England under-21 player in his youth. He's now 25. He's a back row player and a straight swap for Spicer.
We're going into touch.
He was in fact hobbling.
Well, we talk about the driving play that Richard Hill wanted, wiping their men out. Good direct play. Now this time you can just see a hand going over the top. There it is. That's where Morrison's hand goes up. No advantage accruing, so the decision is made. It's a penalty, and guess what? Richard Toms drives it into the corner.
You can have your say with voting for man of the match. 0891 700505 is the regular number. Just repeat it for you. 0891 700505.
Keep it Irish, please.
Here's McCarthy to throw to Sims.
Clockwork.
And the drive.
You just feel they're starting to exert some power up front as well, and the control, it's there now, isn't it?
Now Sims in the loose, lost it. The Wakeham Irish. Dangerous pass from Humphries, but it fell fortuitously in the end for Burrows. Fitzpatrick.
Roll away, get away!
Humphries tries again, Burns, O'Shea. The two centres there though, Toms and Fanalua.
Well, they've had enough of Conor O'Shea running down the middle, haven't they?
But Hogan's got away initially, needing support. But Gloucester there in numbers, and that's been another story of the day.
Pete Glanville on hand, he's always there.
Great support work. Now it's with Toms.
Should have given that. There was space wide. He stepped inside. They've got the scrum, but there was a chance. Brian Ashton at half-time said once or twice Gloucester overcomplicated in midfield. That was one of the times. I think if Toms had unloaded that ball with the right hand, there was a real opportunity for Audley Lumsden and co. out wide. There's Conor O'Shea, Miles.
Well, he inspired that first half try from London Irish, but they need something pretty quickly now. Just over 15 minutes to go.
Well, it was a two-man hit on Conor O'Shea, but he's had a pretty good game this afternoon. See the injury now. They're trying to move the ball, and O'Shea, that straight line, so charismatic, so characteristic of him. It's Toms is in.
Okay, guys, we're going to scrum.
All accidental.
Well, it's a case with the Gloucester centres. If one doesn't get you, the other one will.
Yeah, they're pretty ferocious defenders, aren't they? Both Fanalua and Toms. Good situation here for Gloucester. Loading the backs on the left-hand side. I wonder whether they'll will that scrum and explode Pearce onto the blind.
Gabriel Fulcher has already come on to replace the injured Jeremy Davidson.
Okay, thank you, guys. Thank you, Gloucester. Thanks, Peter. That's your mark, boys.
So Irish could ill afford to lose him.
Stay bound.
It's come flying out, so Pearce has very little option but to take it by himself and stand his ground until the rest of his pack arrive to help out.
He's part of it. Come on. It's scrummage. Green ball. He's part of the ball.
Irish were stealing that, and they've got the scrum anyway. Hogan, tenacious scrum half.
Wait, please. Wait.
That is score from the other Premiership game today. Wasps against Saracens, 15-10, Wasps leading.
Stay back, Gloucester.
Here comes Burns. Well played, Audley Lumsden. And then Mapletoft across as well.
Well, Audley Lumsden is an expert defender. It's good play from Ireland there. The London Irish backs just a little bit too lucky. That's a lovely little roll round though, isn't it, from Nick Burrows? But all the time, Burns being ushered toward touch by Audley Lumsden and Mapletoft in with support.
Down from Pearce at the tail of the line out. Good work from the number 8.
And look at Vickery just carry that ball forward.
He was attempting red ball. It's attempting to get out.
Gloucester forwards at their best here.
Couldn't get out. He's attempting, boys. Locked in. Red ball.
Tremendous control there. Well directed at Benton. Very strong in the challenge, isn't he?
Okay. Stay bound. Stay bound.
Yeah, Scott Benton, the way he runs with the ball and how strong he is, he reminds me of Terry Holmes, the old Wales scrum half. That's praise indeed, and I'm sure Benton will look to emulate the feats of Holmes one day. If he does, he would have had some career. He's got that same kind of physical presence, and it's been a physically dominant performance from Gloucester today.
And this is a lovely ball. We've seen this pass a couple of times this afternoon. They're trying to release Catlin, their danger runner, but this time very good cover from Nick Burrows.
Mapletoft and Pearce. Back with Benton. Mapletoft. This pass was intended to give space for the runners. Didn't quite work out. Hasn't gone forward. Toms. Beaten one. And realising that he was on his own, he went for the kick. And Niall Woods only just stayed in. The Shed tried to suck him out, but they've got the ball now for their side. As Carter went through, Mapletoft, Glanville. London Irish trying to regroup here.
They've done well, they've slowed it down.
Mapletoft, another one of those chips. O'Shea with the missed kick and then the offside. And had Hogan not come in, then I think a try may well have been scored.
Yes, and that was a straightforward decision for Morrison. Really was, I suppose, a professional foul there from Niall Hogan. Miles offside. But I don't think his forwards will thank him, because now here comes the Gloucester scrum. And look at that penalty count. Gloucester just 5, London Irish 12. That's a sign of the pressure and power exerted by the home side. See it now, once again, Mapletoft's chip, and this is not very clever play from Hogan. From O'Shea, it's not very clever play from Hogan either, is it? Eddie Jordan not enjoying himself. The Irish motor racing man. Well, it's a long afternoon on a Sunday.
Well, it looks like being Tom Walkinshaw's day. A little pat on the head there for Niall Hogan. The referee knows that it was a rather cynical piece of play from Hogan. Anyway, Gloucester have got the scrum. Pearce controlling. And wears size 16 boots, Ed Pearce, and they control the ball well. Fanalua. Dawson in danger of coming around on the wrong side there, but Irish get the benefit of the doubt here. And a reminder for you of the man of the match number. 0891 700505. 0891 700505.
Well, the problem for London Irish now, they're deep in their own 22. They've taken a physical battering for 20 minutes or so. They're 15 points down. They've got to conjure something. They've got to play catch-up rugby. And you could see just how tired that front row is looking now. High-risk stuff needed.
And this is what Hogan is trying to do. Go from deep. Woods. And that's all he could do.
And Gloucester will settle for that, won't they? Well organised defensively there. Never any danger. All they wanted to do was force Niall Woods or one of the London Irish players to kick that ball out and get control. Because the line out of Gloucester has been very dominant in this second half.
Number 7, scrummage, he binds or is a penalty.
And it looks as if those supporters will celebrate quite a few home victories this season. And they will be pleased to see Dave Sims winning regular line-out ball. Mapletoft, a little pop pass again. And a lower, but the referee calls them back.
Just hasn't worked for the back line in the second half. A little bit over elaborate at times. Clever play here, it's not quite right. You can see coming in at pace Raphael Saint-André, but it's got to be precise. But it's been a good effort from Sims in the second half and the Gloucester pack.
Hogan, Humphries. Hogan again. Oh, that's marvellous work from the two half-backs. And Hogan's still going. Couldn't get it off to Bishop, though, who was there again. Pete Glanville. But there was some pulling back off the ball there.
Well, it's Audley Lumsden who was penalised.
And it's Irish who run it. Humphries. And Glanville again, the frustrator. Now he can still keep it going. Great footballing skill from Glanville.
He forgot he could pick it up.
He was maybe looking for a ball through the middle.
He's played well, hasn't he, Pete Glanville? That's the balance they've got now. They've got the big names, but they've got hard Gloucester men.
Halpin just taking his eye off the ball there. He was one of only 3 Irish players not involved in that ruck.
Well, there's Pete Glanville. He has been outstanding again. Great attitude to the game. True son of Gloucester, they love him in these parts. Such a tough footballer, and well, he seems to have improved his soccer skills as well. Using his bad left foot. Beats one. Pick it up, my son. No.
It was Ryan Giggs, eat your heart out.
Well, slightly slow motion. But it's this Gloucester pack really in the second half that have taken control of the game, and that's the reason they're clear now. London Irish have been under the cosh all the time. Power, organisation from Glanville and his players.
Well, Gloucester have got an away quarter-final to look forward to in the European Conference. And they're on the verge of another victory here in the Premiership to add to that win on the opening day against Bristol here at Kingsholm.
The pack have had a very solid afternoon.
It's been an impressive start to the season from Richard Hill's new look team. Here's one of those new boys, Toms. And Carter. He's been involved in an awful lot of unseen work. Mapletoft, Lumsden.
Once again, the Mapletoft-Benton axis not quite right, but they've recovered the ball well.
Now it's Pearce, Carter, and Dawson again in danger of getting on the wrong side after he's made the tackle and not getting away.
But that rather drifted in the end, didn't it? It started so well. Richard Toms, another little scissors, change of line, that's what it's about. And they're across the gain line, and Nathan Carter, like any good open side, he's there quickly, but then it rather meandered to its conclusion.
Final 5 minutes as Pearce goes. Oh, what a run. There's Carter. Catlin forward, so's Glanville. All went forward in the tackle, just as well for the Irish. Because Gloucester, not for the first time in this match, looking threatening, combining backs and forwards on the charge. Hill looks disappointed, but he must be pleased with the overall display.
Yeah, he'll also be pleased with that charge from Ed Pearce. A superb handoff. Ken O'Connell in the dirt. And good support work. Nathan Carter on hand.
Let go of it, let go of it!
Kieran Bird bringing it away. There's Malcolm O'Kelly. Doesn't really deserve to be on a losing side. Fulcher tries to hand off Benton. Hogan. Humphreys. Can't find a way through, can they? Pearce almost with the interception. Sant-Andre's got it, but Pearce had knocked that ball on.
Well, it hasn't been the afternoon for David Humphreys either. It's been on the back foot, so it's not easy for him, but there's no doubt Mark Mapletoft has shaded this one.
Andrew Kershaw waits to come on. And the full-time score, oh, the champions have gone down to Saracens by 19 points to 15. That's a big win for Saracens.
Well, also, it's only the second time Wasps have lost at Loftus Road. Great away win for Saracens. But I don't think we're going to see an away win here at Kingsholm this afternoon. Gary Halpin, he's had an uncomfortable afternoon. Head down, it's not been one of his best days. Here's Andrew Kershaw, and we're not talking about the disc jockey.
Just as well in the front row.
Who'd want to be there? Spin the records.
What can Irish do? Can they get themselves a consolation? They'll give it a go with Woods. O'Shea has scored one scintillating try. Dawson onto Bird, but that was forward. And you have to hand it to Ed Morrison, who was right there again.
He reads the game well. Great play by the Irish here. Well, that one looks as if it might be forward, but superb play. They changed the angles well. Dawson on hand, and yes, that's quite clearly forward. Kieran Bird there as well. Good play, though. Pete Glanville in there
2 minutes
on the tackle, but the pass has gone forward.
So 2 minutes plus any time that referee Morrison chooses to add on.
Okay, boys. Pass was forward. We'll take the scrummage. Red ball.
You got to say, Ed Morrison, he is so close to the ball all the time. Good open side flankers read the game quickly and get there before people, and Morrison as a referee is always on hand.
Been refereeing since the early 80s. The most experienced officials around. In the World Cup final, of course. Mapletoft. And O'Shea. Almost taken out. He did really well to stay in. Woods supported him. There's no doubt what the home crowd want. They want their side to finish on a high. Fitzpatrick's drive and Hogan's ball. Humphries again with Bowes, got it off to Bishop. Excellent cover, not for the first time. It's been a feature of their play today.
Yeah, you're not going to take Audley Lumsden on the outside. High quality full-back in his prime. Just watch this, Bishop has pace, but Lumsden's got him lined up. Technically excellent, no problem. The former Bath full-back and wing.
Yeah, just get up straight, boys.
When you come to think of it, quite a Bath influence here, with Richard Hill in charge.
Don't say that too loudly.
Here goes Toms, the Australian influence. Wending his way through and getting it out to Sant-Andre. Woods with the tackle. Fanalua. Can he finish where he started? Catlin, Carter, great hands. Mapletoft again. Now the drive for the line. Are the Gloucester supporters going to get their wish? Well, Irish have stolen this, and that's credit to them right at the death. That shows tremendous effort on their part. And a respectful round of applause follows.
But there was more than a respectful round of applause for a quite searing break from Richard Toms that had the shed roaring. Superb inside break. Dawson is broken. But just watch this pass now, just like the try-scoring one in the first half. That little overhand two-hander. But don't the Irish do well there? Niall Woods has the legs on Raphael Sant-Andre, and they recover.
Open the space, Irish.
It was tied at half-time, 8-7, not so now. Gloucester have dominated this second half. They've pretty well dominated the match. Benton, Sims, and they just get the cherry on the icing on the cake.
I think the one area of the Gloucester game that has been a problem has been their finishing. It's been a little shoddier. They need to take their chances against the bigger guns.
Let him have it, Glos, let him have it!
But none of those bigger guns will relish coming here.
Now, it's one of the most formidable league grounds in England because the crowd get behind them and the Gloucester pack really are lifted by them, and the pack have been very impressive.
And they run this penalty, and Glanville is going to go through to finish it off. The skipper has the final say, and Kingsholm salutes.
And doesn't he deserve it? Pete Glanville has been one of Gloucester's outstanding players all afternoon. He's worked very hard on his handling skills to go along with those dogged terrier qualities he has in the back row, and there he showed them to best effect. A lovely little dummy.
Seven points. Mapletoft, two more. It's all over. And the new Gloucester are coming of age. A professional job in the professional era from the home team. And those Gloucester supporters will celebrate long into the evening. And they've certainly got something to shout about, Stuart.
Yes, there is work for Gloucester to do, but Pete Glanville will be delighted with the pure efficiency of the performance. And for me, there was the key man in the afternoon, Richard Toms. He added that little bit of spark to the Gloucester game in what was, as you say, a very solid home performance.
Well, nobody in this Gloucester side underperformed today. Total team effort. London Irish played their part with some brave defensive work and also a try to remember in that first half. But Gloucester deserved winners, and it's Gloucester who've won 2 out of 3, and it's London Irish who are still waiting for their first victory this season in the Premiership. And it could be a long, hard winter around the corner for the men in green.
So it's 2 out of 3 wins for Gloucester in the league. That ain't bad. 29-7 the final score against London Irish. And here's the story of the second half. Persistent pressure right after the break.
With the start of the second